Today we're talking about the Sony a7C and why it's still such a great camera. After over 2 years with this camera, I can confidently say it is a powerhouse for both video and photo. From amazing images to cinematic video. So here are 5 reasons why you should consider the Sony a7C as your next camera. First up, the video quality. At 4K, 30 frames per second, it offers extremely cinematic video, delivering footage that's beautifully sharp and rich in color. Second, the low light performance. This is where Sony cameras always shine, and one of the reasons why I decided to switch from Canon to Sony. This Sony camera, the a7C, is amazing in low light. Just take a look at some of the shots that I've been able to capture in low light. At a base ISO of 12,800, it really allows for shooting in almost every lighting condition. This means you can shoot in dim lighting scenarios and still get clean, usable footage with barely any grain. Having that high base ISO is really a game changer if you're filming at night, or in scenarios where you can't bring any lighting equipment with you. Personally, it's one of the main reasons I love Sony so much is because I love low light filming. So it's a perfect match for me. If that sounds like something that would perfectly match your needs, then the Sony a7C is definitely a camera to consider. Reason number 3, portability. This is one of the smallest full-frame mirrorless cameras on the market today. Even after 4 years, it still competes with some of the smallest cameras on the market, allowing for easy travel and very incognito shooting when it comes to street photography. This camera really allows you to bring it anywhere because of how small and compact it really is. Honestly, its design is probably one of my favorite out of all the Sony handheld mirrorless cameras. Reason 4, the lenses. There is so many lenses because of Sony E-mount compatibility. That means that every Sony lens that is an E-mount will be able to fit directly on this camera. That gives you so many options. As you can see here are 3 of the lenses that I tend to use with this camera the most. We have a wide, a normal, and a zoom. Access to all these lenses, including third-party lenses such as Tamron, Sigma, and many other brands. As long as it's Sony E-mount, it could work with this camera. This allows so much creative flexibility. Also, future-proofing. That means lenses that are still coming out today, as long as they're Sony E-mount, they'll work with this camera. This gives you a ton of freedom, and one of the many reasons why I recommend this camera. And finally, reason number 5, this camera is not just about video. It's also a photo beast. I've taken many portraits on this camera before. Take a look at some of the shots that I've gotten with this camera. Trust me, this camera will make your colors pop and give you so much freedom in your editing software. These are just a few reasons why the Sony a7C still holds up today and why I still use it every single day to run my video production company and for all of my creative purposes, such as YouTube. I still think it's one of the best cameras out there for beginners, especially beginners that want the highest quality possible. From cinematic video to amazing photography, and low lighting conditions that almost can't be beat by any other camera, and a camera that's great for travel because of how compact it really is. This camera continues to exceed my expectations, and it's why I still use it. And it's why I definitely recommend that you look at the a7C as your next camera. So if you're considering the a7C, subscribe to the channel to see more content using it, and also leave a comment down below to ask me any questions about it. And stay up to date with all of my future content. And take care, guys.